Was that screaming I heard? I'm not sure I want to know.
You hear that commotion just now? What in the seven hells were they doing in there? Wrestling a piast? You look like the adventurous type. Mind taking a quick look?
This one is glad. Walking one is safe.
We'll be awaiting your return at the Waking Sands. There is much to discuss. Godspeed. Thank heavens he is safe. Louisoire, do you see? Your light shines brightly in this one, and in time it will illuminate the realm once more. Oh!
Advance no further!
We have come for the one who slayed Ifrit and Titan. Bring him forth, or you shall know no mercy.
Confound it. Stay out of sight. I would leave a message with you. I surrender myself, on the condition you spare the innocents.
Conditions? There speaks the Supreme Sire. I'll grant you have courage, but you would be better served by armor.
Search all you will. The one you seek is not here.
So it would seem.
And yet you knew to look here. But how?
Hold that thought.
No!
Conditions of surrender denied.
Cease at once!
Have you not done enough?
Perhaps. Enough. We must away. Though we have not found our quarry, the High Priestess of the Scions should suffice for now. They say she also possesses the Echo. I cannot wait to hear her scream. I said enough! We leave. Bring the prisoners.
Walking one, Minfilia asked this one to, in case Walking One returned, this one was to say, at church in Eastern Tanland, Walking One must claim sanctuary. This one tried to protect Walking One Minfilia from Imperial ones. Forgive this one. Save.
Is something troubling you, my son? You have the look of one who has endured great suffering. If there's anything I can do to help, anything at all, you need only ask. The wild roses are dead, father, and I know not what to do. The wild roses! I see. You may speak freely here. We are all friends of the Scions. How? How could this have happened? And you're certain that Minfilia was among those taken by the Garleans? Let us pray no further harm comes to them. You may stay here as long as you wish. It is the least I can do for a friend of Minfilia's. I have known her since she was but a child. Well do I recall the day of our first meeting. I swore then to do everything in my power to support her, and I'll gladly offer the self-same service to her brother and sister Scions. So please, no matter what you require, you need not hesitate to ask. Marquis, would you come here for a moment? Or... Yes, father. If you require assistance, pray speak to Marquez. He is a trifle shy, but I assure you he means well. I should explain. Marquez is a survivor of the Battle of Cartano, Alas, his experience took a terrible toll upon his mind. Had we not taken him into our care, he would have surely have perished in the desert. Marquez, I want you to look after Raide. Do you understand? Yes, Father. Marquez has a personal request to you to make. Excuse me, Raide. Do you have a moment? It concerns the broken horloge which was found in the pocket of a man brought here for burial. There is something familiar about it, but I just cannot... what I cannot say. Perhaps if I tinker with the device, it will come to me. However, I lack the proper tools to do so. I would ask you to journey to Camp Drybone in my stead to obtain a point chisel and a pair of needle-nosed pincers. They are often used by goldsmiths, so perhaps they would be the best people to ask. Of course, I do not expect you to foot the bill. Here, take this coin purse. That should cover it.
A ballpoint chisel, you say? And a pair of needle-nosed pincers. Those things don't come cheap, you know. A small yet heavy leather sack containing presumably roughly the amount of gil needed to purchase the tools requested by Marquez. Any surplus coin should be considered a commission owed to whichever party in transaction is bright enough to claim it as their own. Those balls! I mean, yes, that should be sufficient payment. Nice doing business with you. Hehe.
Have you brought the tools I requested?
Unlike carpenter's chisels, which have flat heads, the ballpoint chisel has a pointed one and is used by expert goldsmiths to perforate soft metals. This tool is often employed by goldsmiths or clockwork engineers to seize and manipulate minuscule pieces of wire.
Something occurs to me. Please wait here for a moment. It was for naught. Though I repaired the device easily, this sensation that stirs within me remains a mystery. But how? How did I do it? These hands, my hands, they moved with a mind of their own, deftly manipulating the clockwork mechanisms. There was no doubt or uncertainty. I knew exactly what to do, as though I had performed the same motions countless times before. Pardon me, Raide. This was a mistake. Please give the horloge to Sister Ilnid. The man who once owned it is currently in her care, and I think it best that it be returned to him.
Good morrow to you, sir. Have you come to pay your respects to this man? By some manner of clockwork wizardry, this strange contraption can precisely measure and follow the 24 bells in a single turn of the sun. Never before have I seen such a queer device. You say that it measures the passing of time. Mayhap there are more common in Garlemald. I am given to understand that its cities are filled with all manner of amazing technologies. Marquez said it once belonged to the deceased. Oh dear, you don't suppose that the owner might have been a Garlean spy? It may behoove us to notify the authorities of Camp Drybone. But, perhaps more importantly, how did Marquez manage to repair this device? I knew he had a talent for the trades, but this goes far beyond mending fences and thatching roofs.
Sister Ulaned is staring you with great sadness in her eyes. I recognize you now, Raide, and allow me to express my deepest condolences for those lost their lives in the attack. I apologize if discussing this upsets you, but you should know that the bodies of your comrades are presently being removed from the Waking Sands and prepared for transport here. If you wish to leave this work to others, I understand. However, taking part might help you find closure. You don't look like one of them church fellas. Not that I'll turn you away, no sir. As you can see, we've got a pile of unidentified bodies over yonder. No one's come to claim them, so off to the lich yard they go. Be thankful you didn't have to go inside and see the carnage for yourself. 'Twas the stuff of nightmares, I tell you. God's damn Imperials. I do not know what quarrel they had with these folks, and I sure the hells don't want to know. The sooner we put this behind us, the better. Say, ain't I seen you around here before, or did you just have one of them faces? Never mind. Any road, there's a carriage come to haul the bodies to the lich yard, out by the east gate. There's only 8 of them left to load up, but seeing as I'm exhausted from carrying all the others, I have in mind to leave the remainder to you. Might want to cover your nose while you work. Some of these folks are starting to turn. What happened to the big fella? Forget it. Just bring the next batch and toss him in the back. Ain't like they'll complain if you're rough. Are you able to lift the stiff scion and the 7th Dawn corpse into your bags? A mystery best left unsolved. Oh, ain't you a strong one? 4 in one trip. Reckon there's no need for me to lend you a hand with the rest then. Come on, let's finish this before I die of old age. The sylph's peaceful expression belies the fact she no longer lives. That should be all of them. Thanks for the help. Reckon it won't take too long to deliver all the corpses to the lich yard. Even so, you might want to hurry back and tell them that our work here is done. I see you have decided to heed my advice. I pray by that in doing so you found some small measure of peace. The first carriage from Vesper Bay arrived not long ago, and we have begun preparing your comrades for burial. I had a hand in the initial rites, and I would like you to know that, for many, death came quickly. Rest assured that we will treat them with the utmost respect, and do everything we can to shepherd them to Thal's realm. Sister Lunid wishes to discuss one of the scions who perished at the Waking Sands. Although we can perform the rites for most of the scions, there is one for whom we cannot accept. We would like you to return this one to her people, the Sylphs of the Little Solace. It is only proper that she be given to the care of her friends and family, so that they may mourn her in accordance with Sylphic traditions.
This one is surprised to see Walking One in Little Solace. How can these ones assist Walking One? Norazia, but this one does not understand. Kumazio, this one has heard much wailing. This one would know what has happened, caused such...
Oh, that's the, elder. Whoops. Kumazio, this one has heard much wailing. This one would know what has caused such distress.
Terrible news, Elder One! Awful news! Walking One's returned.
Walking One... I gotta memorize who's who here. Walking One has returned to Little Solace, but why? These ones have not requested further aid. Norazia, how did this happen? Explain everything to this one at once. So, not only Norazia, but many of the Walking One's friends were lost as well.
Norazia!
Norazia went to Thanlan at the behest of this one. Walking One was with Norazia at the end. Tell this one Norazia was brave. Tell this one that Norazia did not suffer. This one is glad to hear Walking One's words. Thank you for bringing Noxera home, Walking One. These ones also wish to thank Praying Ones. Tell Praying Ones these ones will remember this kindness.
This one demands vengeance! Imperial Ones must pay! Imperial Ones must suffer! When the time comes for Walking Ones to face Imperial Ones, do not forget these ones. These ones will not have Norazia's death be for naught. These ones will fight.
We thank you for your service to the church and to the sylphs. You may be pleased to know, in your absence, we interred the remaining scions in the Lich Yard. Perhaps you still wish to do more for your friends. If so, I would remind you that you already have done so much on their behalf. Please take a rest and set aside your burdens for now, Raide. Marquez believes he is being watched. I'm not imagining it, Raide. I know I'm being watched. This is different, sinister. It is as if I am under observation. The feeling comes and goes, but I felt it the last I ventured outside. Yes, I know it. I felt it. Will you look outside for me? Please? It'll only take a moment. You were attacked, weren't you? Are you unharmed? Thank the gods. I knew it. He was watching me. But why was he watching me? What did he want with me? Did he perhaps know something of my past? If only I could have asked him. I need to think. Please allow me a moment alone. Wait. Father Alud must hear this. Will you tell him for me? It's important. I think others may come for me again. Heavens forfend, that such a thing should happen on holy ground. Do you have any idea who this man was? Did you notice anything distinctive about his garb or possessions? A standard issue blade for all Garlean infantry. This is Garlean steel, which means the man who is watching Marquez was. Make haste to clamp Drybone at once. We must summon the immortal flames before more Imperials come.
I fondly hoped that I might be the first to speak with you. Would that I had been so fortunate. At ease, adventurer. I come not on behalf of the Empire. On the contrary, I mean to revive the scions of the Seventh Dawn. And to that end, I have come in search of a legend. The greatest engineer of our time, Master Cid Garland. I have come for you.
I fear you are mistaken, child. He is but a poor soul who bore witness to the horrors at Cartano. I beg of you, leave us in peace.
Wait, Hear me, Cid. Eorzea needs you.
Cid, was it? Here. These belong to you. I thought you bore the mark of greatness. It seems that I was right. Our time together was all too brief, but it felt as though my son had returned to me. You have brought joy to an old man's life. But it is time for you to help those who truly need you.
Who are you? Alphino Leveilleur, at your service. As a scion of the Seventh Dawn, I stand against our primal and imperial foes, as my grandfather once did. 'Tis no secret what befell our order at the Waking Sands. Word has already spread across Eorzea. The repercussions are far greater than you realize. In the wake of the calamity, the three city-states focused their efforts solely on reconstruction, leaving the scions to combat the primal threat unaided. And lo, we are all but destroyed. Yet even as the nations mourn our demise and abandon what little hope they have left, we cannot forsake our duty, now least of all. The Ixal have summoned Garuda once more, and she torments the people of Kurthus as we speak. Her appetite for destruction far exceeds that of other primals. Worse, in her present incarnation, our Baldessian colleagues believe she surpasses both Ifrit and Titan in strength. Yet, therein lies an opportunity. Were we somehow to defeat Garuda, it would serve as a warning to the other beast tribes that even their mightiest gods can be felled. If we are to face our foe, we must first circumvent the tempest that shields her sanctuary. And for that, we need an airship. Your airship, Cid.
I have an airship?
Yes, Cid, you do. Your very own airship. It was last seen in the skies over Gridania, not long before the calamity. So let us begin our search there.
An airship? My airship? Oh, wait.
Come, let us put an end to the primals. Together, we will show the world that the Scions are still a force to be reckoned with.
They need my airship. They need me.
Fowler Ulid has some parting words for you and the others. What a curious twist of fate that Master Cid Garland would be at last be found within our church. It defies imagination. Beg your pardon, Raide. You wish to find his airship, yes? I know not how much truth there is to it, but there is a tale known as the final flight of the Enterprise, which grew popular in the wake of the calamity, much like the Great Gabu Wall of Ul'dah. It states that the Enterprise flew northwest from Gridania toward Korthus. If true, the airship would have passed through the North Shroud, likely over Falgord Float, the closest settlement to Korthus. Perhaps the Serpents stationed there have records of events that transpired that day. I had hoped that you might rest from your journeys for a time, but I see that the world still has need of you and the Scions. Pray look after yourself and Cid, Raide. Whilst you were catering to the company of buffoons' every whim, I was gathering information on our feathered foe. As a result, I was not present when the Garleans came. Whoop. I suppose we should be grateful for our good fortune, though it matters little should Garuda grow powerful enough to bring Eorzea to heel. The Enterprise. I have heard that name before, but where? Is there aught I can assist you with, sir? The Enterprise? You speak of Master Garland's ship, yes? I need to refer to the records. I know that the airship was sighted overhead 5 years ago, clearly bound for Korthus. What became of it after, I cannot say. If you wish to know more, pray speak to a Votefort in Flortinel's Spire. He was on duty that day and saw it with his own eyes. I am unsure what it is you hope to accomplish, though. Even should you locate the ship, would you not need a man of Master Garland's caliber to fly it? I hear tell that the machinery is fiendishly complex. You have come in search of Votefort. Then well met, for you have found him. Indeed, I have served as a whaler for many years, since before the great snows came to Korthus. What exactly is this about? Ah, the final flight of the Enterprise. I do indeed remember that day. Vote fart. Fart. It's vote fart. It is fart. Sorry. I'm 5. Wishes to tell you of the final flight of the Enterprise. 'Twas on the eve of the Battle of Cottonau, nigh on 5 years ago. I held the spire alone that night, while the bulk of our forces marched to meet the enemy in the field. Then all of a sudden, the most fantastic airship I've ever seen splits the sky overhead. I could only watch in shock as it disappeared over the mountains to the northwest. If the Enterprise wasn't destroyed during the calamity, I'd wager it's still somewhere in Corthus. The astrologians at the observatorium may have records which could help, but to obtain them you would need to deal with the Ishgardians who control the region. I wouldn't expect much, though. The high houses have long been concerned with their own affairs above all else. When Dalamod descended, they took shelter behind their gates, and even now they have little regard for the plights of other nations. Nevertheless, they may deign to assist you should you prove yourself useful. Consider providing your services to the soldiers who guard the observatorium. Though they may refuse you at first, I have little doubt they would accept aid freely offered. Excuse me, can you repeat that? You wish to offer your services to House Durandare. And what, pray tell, do you wish to receive in exchange? Ha! How absurd, as if we would permit an outsider to pursue the records of the observatorium. Do not mistake our courtesy for friendliness. The Holy See of Ishgard may allow foreigners to travel freely within these lands, but we do not intend to offer succor to strangers. Sir Ludovo is doing his utmost to intimidate you into leaving. Alone, have mercy, are you still here? You may take shelter within our walls if you insist, but do not distract me while I'm on duty. We're stretched thin as it is. And where in the hells is that knight I sent out on patrol? He should have returned ages ago. Perhaps I have a use for you after all. If you still wish to aid us, search the wilds to the west for my missing man. You'll know him by his uniform, that at House Durandare, which is as is mine. If it wasn't for you, sir, I'd reckon they would have finished me off. Despicable, dragon-loving bastard. Death was a mercy they didn't deserve. I prayed the rumors were mistaken, but this confirms the worst. I must immediately inform my superiors that the heretics are operating within this region. Fare thee well, friend. I must say, I didn't actually expect you to find my knight, much less rescue him. I see I may have been premature in my judgment, sir. We are a proud people, beholden to tradition, but that does not mean we are without humility. I shall instruct the astrologians to entertain your request. However, understand that it is ultimately their decision whether or not they will... It is ultimately their decision whether or not you may pursue their records. Pray proceed to the observatorium and introduce yourself to Edmil.
the gentleman has come in search of the airship. This is highly unorthodox. Whatever could Sir Ludovico be thinking? It is true that we maintain meticulous records which stretch back generations. However, because this information is used to chart Dravanian activity, access is strictly controlled. One can never be too careful with heretics and their sympathizers looking about. If you would persist with your inquiries, please seek an audience with Chief Astrologian Fulmort up above.
No, absolutely not. Have you any inkling of what it is you ask? Were our records to fall in the wrong hands, it could change the course of a war that has raged for generations. I speak not of some mere spat between southern nations. Ours is a holy crusade, and we are the arbiters of Halone's will. I will not put our great nation at risk, certainly not to help a foreigner locate a missing airship of all things.
Pardon intrusion, Fulmort. I wish to speak to you regarding the recent... Oh, I did not realize you had a guest.
Inquisitor Gallamy, you honor us with your presence, sir. This gentleman was just leaving.
Ah, you must be the one who rescued House Durendare's knight from those heretics. Doubtly they feel indebted to you. I am told you seek an airship last seen in Corthus 5 years ago, yes? You have come to us at an inconvenient time, I fear. Much has changed in the intervening years, and little for the better. While I wish you the best of luck in your search, I would also strongly advise caution. The snows can come quickly in Corthus. One moment you may feel as though you have a firm grasp on your surroundings, safe and secure in your knowledge, and the next you may find yourself in a wholly unfamiliar situation, blind to the dangers hidden by the blizzard. It would be wise for you to focus on a single landmark whilst traveling. Do not give in to temptation and deviate from your course.
I was not aware that you aided House Durendare in that fashion. Thank you, sir. Nevertheless, my decision stands. I cannot give you what you seek.
Whee! Ow. Whee! Ow. Oh. What? Oopsie doodle. Screw it. Getting on my bird. Whee! Who was I supposed to talk to? Oh, there you are. Josiah is attempting to attract your attention. You failed! You there, sir. I cannot help to overhear your conversation with the chief astrologian. There may be a way I can assist you, but it requires that you perform for me a favor in exchange. An associate of mine has yet to return from his expedition in the cliffs east of the observatorium. He was adamant that he could conduct his observations alone, despite the presence of Ixal in that vicinity. If you would seek out this astrologian and confirm that he is well, it would be a great comfort to me. Whee! Ow. Whee! Ow. Whee! Ow.
What a relief to see someone other than a goddamn birdman. I thought I could finish my work whilst the Ixal were away, but they returned far quicker than I anticipated. It was all I could do to hide and hope they might not leave again before I froze to... Wait, who are you? You're not one of our knights. A man of House Durandale cannot be seen in the company of an unbeliever. Good day, sir.
The arrogant fool returned not long before you arrived, muttering about the disgrace of having been rescued by an unbeliever. Serves him right for underestimating the dangers our knights face every day. Ah, but you're eager to locate your airship. It may surprise you that by saving him, you've already aided your own cause. House Durandale is quick to regard outsiders with suspicion, as it is their duty to sound the alarm at the first sign of Dravanian aggression. Yet you have already aided them twice, for which they are honor-bound to repay you. Even so, they will not grant you access to the Observatorium's record. That is just as well, for there are other ways you might locate your missing airship. What I propose is that you petition Lord Purlane for an official introduction to the other high houses. The word of House Durandale carries tremendous weight in Ishgard. Should the captain consent, you would have little trouble obtaining information from the other high houses.
Guess what? Whee! Ow. Ow. You've caused quite a stir in your short time here. First you slayed 2 heretics and saved a knight, and now I hear you rescued a man of our house. I imagine you must desire something for your troubles. An introduction to the other high houses. I cannot deny that you have been given us no cause to distrust you, but while you have performed 2 acts, you would have me endorse you to 3 high houses. It is only fitting that you aid us one final time, wouldn't you agree?
Lord Portlean requires that you perform a 3rd task on behalf of House Durandale.
Now, I understand you are very eager to find your missing airship. Worry not, for this task should take a man of your skills but a moment to complete. Not long ago, a porter bound for Skyfire Locks was ambushed on the road due west of here. Though he escaped with his life, he would very much like his wares as well. On the off chance any portion of his shipment remains, I would have you travel to the scene of the robbery and bring back what you find. Lest you intend to perform only a cursory search, bear in mind that recovering the stolen merchandise will endear you to House Helinart, further improving the chances they indulge your request for aid. Have you good tidings to share, or better yet, stolen merchandise to show? Goods bound from the market and stolen by a band of heretics. God bless you, friend. It's all here. Every last... Oh, wait. The chest over there looks like it might have been pillaged. Bloody hells, it's a person... That's the personal property of Lord Francel, too. Are you certain? Clearly an attempt was made to open it, but the lock appears to have held. Nevertheless, if you wish to verify the contents against your shipping manifests, be my guest. Fury, take me! A draconian rosary! In the possession of Lord Francel! Yet, perhaps this is not so difficult to fathom. House Helionart is whispered to be infested with heretics. Thank you for bringing this matter to my attention, sir. I shall inform the Inquisitors immediately. Under these circumstances, I must strongly advise against associating with House Helionart. Your other introductions will need to be postponed as well. It is the duty of every Ashgardian to root out and destroy heretics. All else must wait until this matter is resolved. Sir Curiot has something very important to tell you. Come closer, lad, and wish him well. This is for your ears only. Lord Francel is no heretic. He is a goodly, righteous man, wholly dedicated to the cause. I know this because I served House Helionart for years prior to the calamity. We must go to Skyfire Locks and warn him of the coming storm. The Inquisitors are ruthless and will spare him no mercy. Speak to him of the Elder Weiss, and he will know you for a friend. Now go. Yes? You look as though you have something to say, do you? Is that an Alderweiss in your pocket, or are you happy to meet me? I see Sir Culliot has not forgotten my mother's favorite flower. A pity it has not been seen in Corthus since the calamity. You may speak freely here, friend. That's absurd! I'd sooner die than become a thrall of the dragons. Alas, it matters little what I say at this point. Although the draconian rosary was not found in my possession, it will still be considered by many to be proof of my heresy. I must do my utmost to prove my innocence to the Inquisitors, for if they harbor even the slightest doubt, this will only add weight to the inconsistent accusations our house has suffered as of late. It's though the gods themselves are plotting our fall. You risk much by coming here. It is only proper that I recompense you for this deed. Tell me what you desire, and I shall do my best to provide. A missing airship. I see. It may require a prolonged effort to locate your quarry. I shall direct you to one better position to assist you. Lord Hoshafont of House Fortemps commands the garrison at Camp Dragonhead. Please present him this letter of introduction, and he will surely be receptive to your needs. The unmistakable swagger of a well-traveled adventurer. If you have come to pay your respects, be at ease, friend. I am not one to stand on formality. Truth be told, I would gladly welcome many and more brave souls like yourself. But enough chatter. Pray tell me why you have come. If there is any justice in this world, these charges will receive no serious consideration. It is beyond inconceivable. Ah, yes, the letter made mention of a pressing matter for which you required assistance. What might that be? So this enterprise you speak of was last seen above Korthus before the calamity 5 years ago. I fear it may be proved difficult to find any eyewitnesses to these events, for while Ishgard did not participate in the Battle of Cartano, we were embroiled in our own internal conflicts at the time. Nevertheless, I will make inquiries on your behalf and share with you my findings in the future. In the meantime, please enjoy the hospitality of Camp Dragonhead. I will see that you are afforded every courtesy as a guest of House Fortin.